Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, a quick video. We're going to show you there is a new firmware update for the Fuji X-T4. Just got released today. It's got additional support for, there's been a new lens announced a couple weeks ago for the Fuji, so there's support for that to add to the camera, but there also is some bug fixes. So it's kind of always a good idea to keep your camera up to date with the latest firmware. So what we're going to do is we are going to get it installed. I've already downloaded it from the website, got it installed on this memory card here. I will show you how to access, first to check the firmware of your Fuji X-T4 on the camera. And I'll also show you how to install the latest firmware on the X-T4 if you have to update your camera. It's always a good idea to check this after you first buy a camera, because sometimes if it's been in the store for a little bit, it's probably might be an older version of the firmware. Fuji is quite good at regularly updating their firmware, so you'll want to keep an eye on that. Check it when you first get your camera. Let's do the update. The latest version is now a 1.1 version, updating it from the 1.03. So we're going to update that now. I'll show you how to check the version, check the firmware version on your X-T4, and we'll do the update as we do at the same time. Okay, first off on this camera here, we'll show you how to properly check the firmware version. So what you want to do at first is press the display back button, hold it down, hold that button down and turn the camera on. And what that's going to do is show you your version of firmware. It'll say firmware upgrade. It'll tell you the version you have on the camera. This was 1.03. We are going to be updating up to 1.1, and the lens version is version 1 on the lens that I have attached. So in order to update the firmware, let's turn this back off. We're going to cancel this. So you go back and then we just turn off the camera after it's been canceled. So what you want to do is have a firmware downloaded on a separate, ideally separate memory card. This one has pictures on it that I don't want to lose, so we're going to take that out, and I've got a fresh memory card. You do need to use a memory card that has been formatted. If you watch on this channel, I do have another video on how to quickly format a memory card. Put that in with the firmware update installed, and we're going to do the same process. Hold down display back, turn it on, and instead of hitting the cancel, we're going to hit the menu OK button for yes. It's going to ask us to select either the lens or the body. We're going to upgrade the body, hit OK, and then it's going to confirm that we're going to be upgrade from version 1.03 to version 1.1 of the firmware. So we'll hit up and OK, and it gives you a little warning to not turn off the camera or open the battery cover while it's getting updated. We'll hit OK, and it will start the process. And it usually does take a few minutes as it goes through. This is why you want to have a full battery. And I don't know if the camera doesn't really necessarily show it up, but this is kind of gray. This one is black, and it's blinking the next square as it would go along. And now we're on to the second square. Now onto the third square. The download of this firmware update was almost 50 megabytes, so it is a fair size file that has to get transferred and installed on your camera. Now just on to the next one. It's only been a couple minutes. And jumped quite a few, as you see there. We've been going, it's not quite 4 minutes for the update, and we're almost at the end here. And firmware now is upgraded. So firmware version 1.1, and tells you to turn off the camera. So we will turn off the camera. And let's go back on, and we can actually just do the confirmation again, display back, just to make sure everything got installed okay. And it's told us here, version on the camera 1.10. So we're good. That is all done. Turn the camera off. You can take off this memory card and put back in the memory card that has the pictures. And I usually just kind of keep this one on the side and use for future firmware updates or backup memory card if I need it. That's the update. All right, there we go. Camera's all updated. A lot of times you might not even notice the difference of any kind of the operation of your camera. A lot of it's just kind of little bug fixes that you might not actually be able to replicate on your camera. But like I said, it's a good idea to keep your camera updated. Do check on the website from time to time, but also too, I will do another video next time I find out that there's been another update for the firmware on the Fuji. So if you want, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. You'll get notified if new videos come up with the X-T4. I'm brand new to the X-T4, kind of using it, learning it as I go here. So if you did have questions on any of the features, any of the, basically anything on X-T4, leave me a comment down below. I'd be happy to answer it in an upcoming video. I'm learning as I go, and hopefully you can learn along as well. Until my next video, you can watch these ones. Have a great day, everybody.